And welcome back to YouTube, home of South Metro Sports, live here from Centerville, Ohio for our third game on the day, and it will feature the CCYHA Blue Jackets, CCYHA of course being short for the Columbus Chill Youth Hockey Association, and the Athens Bobcats led by Coach Kelby Costoval, and the Blue Jackets led by head coach Sean Stevens. Lee W. Mallon will be here this morning. Thanks for joining us and making us a part of your weekend. The winner of this game will play again at 4 o'clock, and they'll take on the Louisville Ice Cardinals, who beat the Racers by a score of 5-4 in the game that you might have just watched, the game that just ended. Athens in the darker shade of green, I believe that's Hunter green, compared to what the previous Athens team we saw today wore. It's a little darker shade, but it's white numbers. And the Blue Jackets are in the white tops with the blue shoulder stripe. White numbers on said stripe, navy numbers and letters, and the Blue Jackets logo. Straight up front, Blue Jackets march their way down the ice, and Athens clawing the way up the ice as the Bobcats have Cardiff back in the nets. Kratzer as the backup. And 15 seconds in, the Bobcats look to keep the Blue Jackets at bay. Pitroff ran into, slow to get up, and now the Blue Jackets, Binsky on the defensive race, back in the neutral zone, looking for Morris. And now up top for Stevens in the far face-off circle, met up quickly by the locker room doors, and already 25 seconds in, make it 35 seconds in. This is a very fast-paced game. Blue Jackets in Athens doing the work. CCYHA Blue Jackets officially, as now Columbus ran into by Athens Costoval, I should say, excuse me. Now along the left wing, Athens Rollins. This Athens squad defeated the Cincinnati Swords of the Groff yesterday 4-0, set up this day. Right wing for Saber at the point, flipped out of play, and 12:43 remains in our first period. Louisville waiting the winner of this game. I believe the team that takes the defeat in this one will take on Racers, I believe. They lost 5-4, tied the game up twice. Had two-goal deficits, still hung on there, but a third-period goal for Louisville was all she wrote for the offense. Here's Costoval at the near point, sent it in towards the Columbus goalie. And that's Donahue patrolling the Blue Jacket pipes. His backup is Wagner. Set around towards the left. Closing up shop is Williams. He'll zip around, trying to catch up now with Lamphere. Lamphere spun around. He'll try to get back to the puck with Behe in the way. Left now for Eason. Picked up by Columbus again. On the left wing, down low. Cardiff directs it over towards the left. Costoval now on the left wing in his own zone. Blocked by Shevitz. Left wing time. The Jackets recoup into the neutral zone, guarded by Costoval. Good size on Costoval. Chasing down the puck. Here's a breakaway opportunity. Blast Cardiff. Couldn't quite get the speed on it. Morris tried to dial it up. Just got a piece of the puck. Near point keep in. Pater down the ice. Quickly back up. Looks like he'll head to the Columbus bench. 11:18 to go in the first period. No score. And a quick, fast-moving game. Lots of checks already. Feel the energy just coming out the rink of Stevens now by the Zamboni doors. Squeezed as hard as he can by Sammons. It was pushed down. Stevens had a stick underneath the down Bobcat player. Off the far boards from Saber. Trying to drive it. Unable to get there in time. It's Columbus in the way. Right wing belted off Sammons of Athens. Cardiff will go back behind his crease. Settle it down towards the left for Sammons. 10:38 to go in the first period. Nothing game. Athens looking for their first real look on the Columbus goalie. Sent towards the left. Shot down low at the pads. Here's Wood. one of the 4 goals scored by the Bobcats against Cincinnati. The Columbus goalie reaching over towards the right. Nice effort by Donahue. Puck slipping behind the back of the Jackets. Sent in towards Donahue, blocked by Lightfoot. Now here comes Columbus down the length of the ice. A battle of Central versus Southeast Ohio. Down the Zamboni corner. It's Michigan. Picked up by Wood. Wood drives it behind the back of Graham, who's got the lone golden hockey helmet on this Athens squad. Kelby Costable leads this Athens Bobcat squad against Coach Stevens' CCYHA Blue Jackets team. Back for the Jackets now towards the right. Knocked down was Lamphere. Quickly back up. No, scratch it. That was Jalebi. Shevitz. Michigan now for Athens. In the dark hunter green tops for the Bobcats. 2 Jackets on top of it. Eason. I think we've had 2 face-offs. One of them is to start the game. That's how quick pace this is. 9:06 to go. Cardiff directs it towards the right off the blast from Cho. Pater on the race. Speeds past the stick of Kosovo. Knocked down, and this will bring up the first penalty of the game. And Athens will be sending some time in the sin bin via rough. 8:54 to go in the first. And a scoreless affair between the Columbus Chill Youth Hockey Association Blue Jacket squad and the Athens Bobcats in the 14U bracket. This is Columbus's first game of the 14U bracket. Athens playing their first yesterday afternoon, the second of the tournament here at South Metro. Kostoval's Athens squad dropped a 4-0 win on Cincinnati's DeGroft Swords squad. Face-off past the blue line between the circle and the blue. Jammed up with Rollins. Big pile of green and white. A little bit of navy and red trickled in there. Rollins back for Wood. Part of this PK. Skipping off the stick of a Blue Jacket. Hand goes up and the Blue Jackets commit an icing infraction. Lightfoot, the captain of said Blue Jacket squad, turns around. We'll have a face-off in front of Donahue with 8:35 to go in the first. 0-0 game. 19 seconds into the power play for Columbus. Kostoval back on the Athens bench. Flipped up towards the corner. That's out of here. And 4 seconds after that face-off, we'll have a fresh new puck for the ref. And another face-off, this time in the neutral zone. Closest to Donahue. Going over the league standings, Columbus just finished a half game away from the Ice Cardinals Millette squad. 16-3-1 and 16-4. The difference was that one draw that the Cardinals had. 75 goals scored by this Blue Jackets squad led by Stevens, and just 20 goals allowed in 20 games. That's an average of 1 per. Now here's the Blue Jackets left wing. It's Morris, wide of Cardiff. 2 Bobcats approach it on the PK. And trying to play with a high stick was Cummings. He missed the puck, and the Blue Jackets will get the start again in the neutral zone. Stripped away by Salmons. Salmons takes it towards the near face-off circle, bumped by Donahue's shoulders. Recovered again by the Jackets. Here's Stevens. Actually, Stevens also has the Captain C on his jersey, like Lightfoot did. Over the head of Stevens. Chasing it back is Simone. Behind the goal line. 3 Blue Jackets in front. 7:23 to go in the first period. 0-0. A high-paced game. These hockey players were ready, and they are spending a lot of energy in the opening few minutes. Michigan intercepts the Blue Jackets, dump towards the corner. Give it up for Saber. Towards the neutral zone. Splitting a pack of Blue Jackets. Last touch by Binsky. 6 seconds left on the power play for Columbus, and Athens another interception. Donahue from Michigan. And we're back to 5-on-5. Athens killing the first power play of the game. Lamphere in his own far corner. 3 Jackets around the puck. Down low in front of Donahue. You lose puck. Trying to cash it home was Grumbach. Now a one-on-one battle as Columbus 2-on-2. Met up with a herd of Bobcats heading back the other way. Effort Kostoval. Columbus back with it. Whiff on the pass. Settled down by Staley. 6:13 to go in the first. Nothing. Back to Athens in their own zone. Trying to reach the stick down low is Gentgen. Far corner. Effort Kostoval. Gentgen now around the Zamboni door. Morris awaiting on the far boards behind Bobcat in Behe. Behe's got some good size on him out there. Lightfoot trying to free it away. Gentgen knocked down. Cho on the race. Sent back in by Columbus off and exiting Bobcat's leg. Whistle blown. 5:37 to go in the first. Nothing here from South Metro Sports, our third game of the day. Plenty of hockey action for you. If you do decide to come out to one of the games, please be aware that there is also a volleyball tournament happening here. This is a rocking house today. It's always rocking here at South Metro Sports. Picked up by the Athens back line. Here's Wood. Slings his way towards the left, turns it over on the logo. Picked up again by Columbus's Barkas. Swept by Wheeler. Now the grasp of 2 Jackets. Dropped in the near corner. Here's Wood in front of Michigan. Wood, a speedy Bobcat. Blocked away by the Jackets. Here's a reach in by Columbus. Talibi. Now here's Wheeler taken away. Knocked down by Columbus. 5 minutes to go in the first. 9 minutes gone. Arm going up. And a one-on-one battle in the far face-off circle. That is hooking the call. And into the box will go an Athens Bobcat as the door opens for Taylor. Columbus will have their second crack at a power play. 4:55 to go in the first. Blue Jackets and the Bobcats scoreless. Flipped high off the South Metro Sports banner where the off-ice officials sit. Columbus, the home team, as they are second place, 4 games up on third place Athens in the regular season. The 14U Single A Bronze standings are Louisville in first, Columbus in second, Athens in third, the Indy Racers in fourth place, Dayton Stealth in fifth, and Cincinnati Swords in sixth. Near point, lots of open ice between the ankles of Binsky. Waited too long to flush it out, and Williams has a chance to clear it all the way to the far corner for Athens. 4:30 to go in the first and 1:34 to go on the second power play for the CCYHA Blue Jackets, of course, short for Columbus Chill Youth Hockey Association. I saw Columbus Chill on the standings in the brackets, and I was kind of hoping we would see a reincarnation of what the Chill wore in their ECHLJs before the NHL made it to Central Ohio. If you've never seen them, think almost tiger stripes, except sharper, like triangle claws. Look them up. It's pretty neat. Halfway through the second, Blue Jackets power play. 3:51 to go in the first. No score. Athens working for a shorthander goal. Near corner pickup for Simone. In front is Rollins. Rollins rotating around. Looking for some help in front. Donahue has the puck bounce off him twice, thrice. Now the other way, the Blue Jackets forgot to carry the puck. The arm goes up. And the Blue Jackets will have another power play. Stopped at the near point. This will be a high stick. 3:22 remains in our opening period. And that will give the Blue Jackets 27 seconds on a 5-on-3. No score here. A battle of second versus third place. Columbus 75 goals scored. Athens 54. Scored 4 yesterday in the 4-0 win against the DeGroffs Cincinnati Swords. Columbus has allowed 20 goals, Athens 40, both in 20 games. Very good averages, just 2 for Athens per game, and Columbus 1 per game. Cutting their way through is the Blue Jackets, knocked down, still on a 5-on-3. That was Barkas 13 seconds ago on said 5-on-3. Cho knocked down, picked up, swooped towards Cardiff, and intercepted by Wood. 5 seconds ago on the 5-on-3 as Wood. Incoming was Cho. That's high off the stick of Cummings, and now a quarter of the way done with the second penalty. We're back to 5-on-4 with 2:52 to go in the first. Well, a face-off on the way in front of Donahue. The food in the lobby smells fantastic. That's the Centerline Grill. Come on out. Join us here for South Metro Sports. We also have a merchandise table, Buckeye year-end tournament gear. Get a white or gray sweatshirt. The gray sweatshirt has hockey strings in it. If you don't like the white color it comes with, you can always buy hockey string and make it a color you want. Also have the white sweatshirts and white shirts as well. Shirts at $15 here at South Metro Sports. And I do not know if they are available at other venues because I haven't been to other venues. I've been here broadcasting all the games at South Metro Sports. Cho now in the referee crease with 1:05 to go on this third power play for Columbus. Cardiff reaches for it. Goes behind his stick. Now Cho sends it back the other way. Here's Lamphere. Runs right into a Bobcat, and that's going to draw an arm. Donahue has it bounce. Salmons took a hard lick that time with 2:09 to go in the first. That's going to be boarding on Lamphere. And that will bring us to a 4-on-4. And then shortly thereafter, Athens will have the first power play of the game. As Columbus now 0 for 3 on power plays. With 2:09 to go in the first, Blue Jackets and Bobcats scoreless here from South Metro Sports. Just to recap why it's called Columbus Chill on the Buckeye Travel Hockey website. Remember, the Chill, not the first hockey team in Columbus, but the Chill were kind of the key in the ignition to help get Columbus to the NHL. It's certainly a great year that the Blue Jackets are having at Nationwide Arena. Hanging with the likes of the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Washington Capitals. And I believe when the Blue Jackets came in, I think that's when the youth hockey program changed to the Blue Jackets logo. Morris reaching for it. Picked up by Costoval. Feeds Behe. Towards the left. 4-on-4 for the next 24 seconds and 1:44 to go in the first. Still scoreless here from South Metro Sports. Costoval towards the right. Now the reach of Williams goes backward in his own zone. Skips over the stick of Behe. Columbus now towards the right for Binsky. 5 seconds left in the 4-on-4 before the Bobcats begin their first power play of the game. And if the Bobcats do not score, 8 seconds will be left in the first period rather. Go back to 5-on-5. 1:10 to go in the first. No score. Dropped in the Blue Jackets defensive zone. Picked up by Simone. Swings it past the grasp of Costoval. That's going to be a Columbus clear that just trickles across the goal line. Out the end board, Salmons picks up the gentle bounce. A couple directions Salmons can go. He'll drop in the neutral zone past Stevens. And swept away by Simone. 44 seconds ago in the opening period. No goals to speak of. Rollins looking to change things up for the dark green Bobcats. The jerseys almost kind of look like the Dallas Stars layout. Well, the one before they changed the logo with 30.8 seconds to go in the first. And of course, without the Dallas Stars logo on front, but you get the format of the jersey, kind of like the star upward point towards the armpit. Blue Jackets, they're wearing about the same kit as they do of their parent club. However, they don't have that font. A little bit of Dayton connection for you. When the Bombers of Dayton were affiliated with the Blue Jackets, Bombers had that font. I think they had it for maybe a season or two after the affiliation was broke up. Here comes Columbus in the neutral zone, past the red line, racing forward. It's Talibi off of Cardiff. He'll lean in. Got a Bobcat on his goalie helmet. Taking off is Salmons. Power play done. Salmons curves over towards the left. And a sweep of Jackets. Back over towards the goalie and Donahue towards the far corner. That's 14 minutes in the books. And lots of action, lots of checks, lots of speed up and down the ice, but not a goal scored against Cardiff and Donahue. And we'll go to the second period after this here on home of South Metro Sports on YouTube. Donahue returns in front of the net for Columbus as the CCYHA Blue Jackets and the Athens Bobcats are scoreless here from South Metro Sports as we enter the second period of play. A.W. Mound with you here as Stevens takes the center ice face-off. Blue Jackets now marching up the ice and the Bobcats clawing down. Stevens curves it around where it's a 5-on-5 hockey and Stevens is offside 5 seconds after the puck fell. Winner of this game takes on the Ice Cardinals of Louisville at 4 o'clock today. If Columbus wins, that will be a battle of 1 and 2. If Athens wins, that will be a battle of 1 versus 3. The Ice Cardinals to 1. And that is based on the regular season standings of the 14U Single A Bronze bracket. Cummings now in front of the red line for Columbus. Towards the right, blocked, but getting it to Gentian. Behind the goal line, 2 Bobcats swarm. Here's Cho. Skips it over towards their right. Cho picks it back up. Looks around with a herd of Bobcats playing behind. That's 4. Like I mentioned in the game versus Cincinnati, Athens do a nice job staying in groups. There's Cummings on the defense, knocking down the skater and Saber. Nice sharp bounce towards the left, knocked Athens down. Towards the far corner, no icing, picked up by Michigan. 13 minutes to go in the second. 1 minute gone from this second period. No score. Buswell on the chase for the puck. Barkus over towards the right for, I believe that's Lightfoot. Petrov on the chase. Pinsky waiting in front of his blue. Flips it off the glass of the off-ice officials. Petrov will angle it towards the end boards. In front of the red line. At least I thought it was, so no icing on Columbus. 12:28 to go in the second. No score. At the near point, Columbus will have to retrieve it quickly in front of a speeding Eason. Javets and the Jackets go back for it. Pinsky now. Pinsky trying to go straight ahead. Time for Talibi. Talibi squeezed in a pack of Bobcats. Back for Barkus. Now Morris takes it left wing. Up for Williams. Collision in the far face-off circle. Bobcats. 2 behind the goal line with 1 jacket approaching. Columbus uses this time to swap 4 out of the 5. Back for Costaval. Swings it around towards the right. Jackets and Cats scoreless here with 11:30 to go in the second from South Metro Sports. Columbus going up the ice. Athens down. Stevens on the race forward on the 2-on-2 in the corner. And knocked down on the chase for the puck. Here's Cho rotating around the cage. Cardiff standing and leaning over his powder blue crease. Blue Jacket takes a tumble in the end boards. Here's another collision in the far corner. Taylor trying to keep the middle jacket from moving the puck. Simone now backs up, skating in front of the red line. They'll go back to the far point for Columbus. Now Staley back around the near corner. Leading the pack is Williams. 2 new jackets on the ice. Cho exiting. 3 new jackets now. 10:33 to go in the second. Nothing here from South Metro Sports. Donahue slides out. Watches the puck bounce towards their left. Staley. Pater. Bounced off Pater. Bobcat missing that check. Williams taking more of the glass. Now there's a blast. Donahue save from Salmons. Donahue with a nice down low catch. 10:14 to go in the second. A nothing game. Donahue's goalie mask looks like it's red. I've been able to see most of it. It's just a red goalie mask. That is okay too. Red's a nice color after all. Shevitz leans in across the red hash marks, taking on Salmons for this face-off with 10:14 to go in the second. And a scoreless affair so far. Off the side of the net, might have hit the post on Donahue. Barkus spinning around. Squeezed now by Salmons. Up for Cummings. Off the right. Waiting for it was Talibi. Picked up by Shevitz again. Chased by the Bobcats. Kicked around the skates of Salmons. Here's Morris. He'll take flight. Collision on the near boards. Picked up by Talibi just in time from the Bobcats. Athens in their own zone. Talibi at the far point. Puck slips between the right leg and the stake. There's Cummings. Barkus in front. Loose puck. Salmons having a little bit of trouble. Barkus in the way of Behe. The near face-off circle. Bobcats still putting some pressure upon Columbus's defense. 9:16 to go in the second. Blue Jackets 0. Bobcats 0. Joe racing for it. Michigan hits him right in the logo. Of course, that's the state of Ohio flag wrapping around a silver star. Far point for Binsky. Now, whole pack of Bobcats surround the puck. Binsky, lots of open ice. Now quickly met up with Graham. Can't get it to the goalie, however, on that send-in. It's picked up by Salmons. He'll take it towards the far corner before exiting the ice. 8:43 to go in the second. Still no score here. Had a Bantam game last night that actually took us to about the middle of the third period before Bloomington scored 2 goals in a span of 10 seconds. Cincinnati had a late goal in the third on a power play, and it was the Blades with a 2-1 decision. We might see a game just like that. Cho, a sharp angle off the near boards to the end, icing on the Blue Jackets. We'll drop it in front of Donahue with 8:18 to go in the second. No score. A lot of energy, a lot of hard hits. Here the boards just round and around. These kids came out to play, and they have came out to play hard. As Lightfoot squares up for the face-off, taking on Salmons another time. Lightfoot skating back. Dropped by Lightfoot. Simone in a herd of Bobcats again. 3 strong. Pater knocked down off the near point. However, the Blue Jackets look to put pressure in front of Cardiff. Loose puck is trapped by the Athens goalie. I believe that's Lightfoot, slow to get up. Now back on the two skates. And a whole new army to march with, joining the ice for Columbus. 8:03 to go in the second. 0-0 game. Columbus home to many colleges. I mentioned the NHL squad. Good hockey history in Columbus as well. That kind of intertwines with Dayton. Like I mentioned, in the 90s, both Columbus and Dayton with AA ECHL squads, then known as the East Coast Hockey League, because the West Coast didn't have any teams in the ECHL yet. Now they do. Chill and the Bombers were pretty big rivalries, but not as big as Toledo versus Dayton. 7:35 to go in the second, 0-0. Bobcats versus the Blue Jackets. Columbus the home team. They are the number 2 team in the brackets. Big pile of bodies in the referee crease. Moving forward, Athens way for a split second and dropped in the far corner where Williams comes and picks it up for Athens. You know about Athens, Ohio being the home to Ohio University, the Bobcats. They have a club hockey team in the American Collegiate Hockey Association, which is non-scholarship. Not affiliated with the varsity programs at Ohio U, but it's still hockey nonetheless. I heard they have a very good turnout. I believe it's the Bird Ice Arena, if I'm not mistaken, at Athens. For Columbus, a good hockey scene there. Helped blossom in. Once the home of the Columbus Owls, moved to Dayton for a couple months in one season. Didn't even make it the whole season after the Gems bid adieu for 1 year. And the funny thing was, the Columbus Owls and the Dayton Gems back in the 70s, biggest rivalry in the IHL. To the far face-off circle, one-on-one, it's Cummings. Stevens now belts it over towards the left, out of the reach of Rollins. Away from the grab of Boswell. Here's Pitroff. Pitroff towards the attacking zone. Canes it, knocked down. And Cardiff redirects it wide. Nice attempt by Pitroff. Now here's a bounce going Columbus's way. Pitroff on the chase for it. Will be picked up at the near point by Barkas of the Jackets. 5:50 to go in the second. Still a scorer's affair here from South Metro Sports as Binsky flips it towards the neutral zone. Pitroff. Now the reach of Lightfoot. Now for Saber. Bobcats in the dark green kit. Loose stick almost slowing down the puck to the near corner. Off in front of the red line. Flattening the glass was Barkas. Coming back on Behe. 5:22 to go in the second. To Leby. Going up top for Chevette. Barkas back on the defensive chase. Here's Athens. Leby in front of an incoming Saber. Thanks for joining us this Saturday. 5 minutes to go in the second. The second period. 0-0 game. A whiff past Saber. The puck going too fast to tally at home on a one-timer. Picked up by Binsky. Towards the neutral zone now. Left on the opposite side. Here's Morris coming in. Morris belts it. Going for Stevens. Takes the right wing around the far bend of the Bobcat zone. 4:30 to go in the second. No score between the CCYHA Blue Jackets and the Athens Bobcats. Donahue in the net for Columbus. And Cardiff in the net for the second time this tournament for Athens. Kratzer is back up. And for Donahue, Wagner the backup. 4:10 now in the second. Still scoreless. Trying to keep it in was Columbus. Picked up by Gentgen. Here's Simone behind the first blue line. Going for Staley towards the left. Dropped amongst the near boards. Back towards the neutral zone. Simone back waiting in case. Staley feeds it back in. Now Athens going on the offensive attack. Past Pater. Wood leans one in. Back to the bench goes Wood. Simone feeds it into a pile of Bobcats trying to exit the ice. Far corner, Simone ran into by Gustavell. Costavel, excuse me. Inboard sweep for Athens, behind Eason. Cardiff chips it back behind his cage with Williams on the chase. Good squeeze by Pittroff. Back of the Bobcat, 3:06 to go in the second. Still scoreless here from South Metro Sports. Flip towards the near boards. Sent in. Eason slows it down. Here comes Shevitz. Athens trying to clear it away. Cummings at the near point. Saves it in for the bus. Binsky sweeps it over towards the right. Talibi stripped away by Williams. Williams with the height. Like I mentioned yesterday in the game, Athens, good height to them. Also good speed to match up too. These Blue Jackets have been very quick, and both these teams have had their chances down and up the ice. Now for the Bobcats. 2:17 to go in the second. Still looking for our first goal of the game. And a nice zigzag move. Salmon shot it wide, but he was offside. Offside against Salmons and the Bobcats. We'll bring it back in the neutral zone with 2:13 to go in the second frame. Scoreless affair between the CCYHA Blue Jackets and the Athens Bobcats in the U14 bracket. Winner takes on the Louisville Ice Cardinals today at 4. That'll be for the cup of the Single A Bronze U14 bracket. Our second day of 3 here. Broadcasting all the games here at South Metro Sports. Stevens leans in the neutral zone for the Jackets. One of the referees comes over. He's talking about that offside infraction. Stevens going for Cho. Back to Stevens. He picks up the loose puck away from Cho again. Towards the end boards quickly. Barkus will let Cummings retrieve it. Barkus with the size and Cummings with the speed on the blue line. Jammed up by Rollins. Williams lets it fly for Salmons. Going behind the cage of Athens. Here comes an approaching Blue Jacket. Loose puck off of Cardiff. Down low. Jackets still putting the pressure on before the Bobcats free it away. 1:38 to go in the second. Still scoreless. It's Athens now with an offensive chance. Off of Donahue. He didn't flick that left shoulder. Might have bounced underneath him harmlessly, or that might have even flicked into the net. But he raised it just in time and sent it wide. On the near side, 4 green jerseys, 1 in the neutral zone. That's Wood. I mentioned Wood, one of the 4 goals in yesterday's 4-0 win against the Groff squad, the Cincinnati Swords. Rollins now. The legs of Taylor. And our last man of the second period starts now with Barkus. Straight ahead. Cho, light foot, into the neutral zone off a bounce. Not quick enough to get to the end boards as Michigan sweeps in for Athens. Towards the logo for Sabre. Sabre trying to split the defensive pairings. Here's a blast and score! Sabre had one between the defensemen. Donahue picked the wrong side to slide, and Sabre gets the first goal of the game with 41.3 seconds to go in the second. Athens strikes first, 1-0 Bobcats. Athens goes on top. First blood drawn by the Cats as Staley back on top of it. Athens playing their second game of the tournament. If they hold on and win, they can play 3. They can also play for a shiny trophy too. Simone straight ahead. Broken up by Athens Buswell. Blue Jackets trying to march it into the neutral zone, trailing 1-0 to the Bobcats. Here comes Buswell. Knocked down. Buswell, the puck in front. Simone comes up with it. Tangled up with the stick of Sabre, who's scoring the only goal of this game thus far. 1 second in. Donahue watches the puck. Pick up by Staley. And that's 2 periods in as Athens has a 1-0 lead. Sabre, in the last minute of the second period, splits a pair of defenders and going past Donahue. We head to the third period up next here on the YouTube home of South Metro Sports. Don't you dare miss it. Saber with the lone goal of this game, putting Athens up 1-0 as the Bobcats 14 minutes away from facing the Louisville Ice Cardinals. Just to give you some scores from the wonderful world of the 14U in the AA division. Waits' Columbus Chill squad picked up 2 wins yesterday, beating Bortles Newark Generals 8-1 and Mahoney's Junior Redhawks of Miami U 3-2. Mahoney, however, splitting today, beating the Indy Junior Fuel of Sniper 3-2. Sniper's Fuel also picked up a win, knocking down Bortles Newark Generals 3-0. That's in the AA division of the 14U. We'll get to the 14U single A scores as we can. A whistle and 13:44 to go in the third. I thought I just saw one of the referees signal high stick, and Athens will be going in the box. Didn't have a power play in that second period. And Blue Jackets now have a chance to tie it up on a 5-on-4. As both teams get themselves ready, the 14UA Silver Bracket, Rowmakers Trojans of Findlay defeated Robinson's Fort Wayne Comets 5-2, and Prather's Bloomington Blades took down the Cincinnati Swords from Hewen 2-1. That was the game I was mentioning to you, by the way, earlier on the broadcast. And Athens defeating Cincinnati from DeGraw 4-0 yesterday. Racers of Indy and Barnhart took down Peterson Stealth 4-3 in a 12-round shootout. That was a lot of fun to call. Here come the Blue Jackets. 30 seconds gone from their power play. Around Cardiff. Loose puck bounces away. Stevens unable to anchor it down. Going around the far corner. Stevens has it. Going for Cho. Cho lets a rotate pass. And now picked up. Saber gets fed from Taylor. Saber swings it back. Taylor unable to reach it on the PK. 2 in the attacking zone for Athens. Now all 4 kind of collapse into the defensive zone as Columbus Stevens blocked at the near point. Lamphere back out and slowed down by Binsky. 55 seconds to go on the power play for Columbus. Jackets trail 1-0 to the Athens Bobcats. 12.5 remains in regulation. Now for Lamphere, front of Cardiff. Loose puck bouncing wide of Cardiff. Back at the goalie. Jin trying to kick it back in. Near point send in, directed off Cardiff and high over the cage. Lamphere awaiting the pass. Wood in the way. Saber with the clean sweep towards the far point. Jin now towards the Zamboni corner. Lamphere with the pass. 20 seconds to go on this power play. 12:02 to go in the third. 1-0 Athens on the score by Saber. Columbus trying to tie it up on a 5-on-4. Jin now shoved in the near corner. Fans asking about a call there. Here's the blast. Cardiff off his left leg pad. Lamphere and Jin on the chase from Michigan. And the power play is done. We're back to 5-on-5 as Wood drives it for the Bobcats, who lead Columbus 1-0 with 11:30 to go in the third period. Back the other way, the 2 defenders. Salmons to Michigan. Going for Rollins up top on the left wing. Loose puck picked away by Binsky. Back in the neutral zone. The Jackets in the white tops with the navy shoulder stripe. And the Bobcats in the dark green kit with the white numbers. In the neutral zone, racing forward. Columbus's Pitroff. In their own zone goes the CCYHA Blue Jackets. Columbus Chill Youth Hockey Association. Bumped in the boards by Binsky. Pitroff on the race in front of Eason. Here comes another collision. Like I mentioned, this game's been fast-paced. Lots of checks throughout this game. Donahue save. Now for Columbus. Michigan at the near point. Bounced off the point man. Picked up by Columbus and a swarm of Bobcats. Pitroff will drop it off in the far corner. We'll go back for a full-hearted change for Columbus. Eason jammed up by Pater. And recovered by Cho. Stood up by Sammons. Stevens unable to hold on to it. He gets it back. A lot of bodies getting close. 4 minutes into the third. 1-0 Athens over Columbus. Cho now for the Jackets. Turns it over as Michigan comes up within front of Sammons. And he'll skip one towards the far corner. Off the far board. And off the end boards for icing. Allowing the Bobcats to change. 9:48 to go in the third. 1-0 Bobcats on the score from Sabre with 41.3 seconds to go back in the second period. Sabre had the shot, and Donahue, I think he went towards his right if I remember correctly. Face-off awayness to the left of Cardiff, who's yet to allow a goal in about 2 games this tournament. This is the Blue Jackets' first game of the Buckeye year-end tourney. Scooped up by Gustavo. Takes it right wing. In front is Behe providing a screen. Gustavo still trying to get rid of the puck. Columbus takes it over. Shot quick. Cardiff! And that will plinko into the protective part behind the cage. And it will be stuck where it says South Metro Sports. Referee has it picked away. Winner of this game plays at 4 o'clock at South Metro Sports, and yes, it'll be on YouTube. All these games we do will be made public after the day is done. Off the end boards, behind Cardiff's net. Swooping in is Morris. Takes it towards the far corner now. To Leby. Now for Chavez waiting in the slot. Leby now flips it, just bouncing wide. Arm goes up from the stripes. 2 Bobcats on top of a jacket. And a whistle. And a high stick, the penalty call. 9:02 remains in the third. Costaval's Bobcat squad. High stick going against the Bobcats. 1-0 Athens, your score. Sammons leans in against Stevens. Swept back between the points. Cardiff down. And a stop for Athens goalie with 8:58 to go in the third. 1-0 Bobcats. Right now, things don't change in the next 8:58. That will be the only goal scored and the game-winning goal to boot. Wood gets an angle clear. Here's Cummings on the blue. Sets it up for Barkas. Flips it towards the far corner. Won't get there as Wood slides in quick and hits it off the Bobcats in the bench. Costaval's Bobcats lean Stevens Jackets 1-0. Between the points now. Shove it over towards the right, wide at Cardiff from Columbus's Cummings. 8:35 to go in the third. 1-0 Athens. 30 seconds gone from this power play for the Jackets. Cummings will slow it down at the near point. Play it again on the red. Sliding over towards his left. Our face-off circle. Like towards the slot. Nice move. Wide blast from Cummings. Sliced his way in between the Athens defense sandwich to Cardiff. Loose puck down low. Van Feer. Scoop. Stevens save. Loose puck back to Stevens. Rotates around the cage. And a whistle. 8:04 to go in the third. 1-0 Athens. I think Cummings might have been whistled for offside. 57 seconds to go on this power play for Columbus. Blue Jackets trailing the Bobcats, led by Kelby Costoval. 1-0 Cats. Legs, a quick fire and a clear from Costoval. Costoval now. Blue Jackets now start up slow with 7:50 to go in regulation. 1-0 Athens. On the logo. Coming in the Jackets. Onside is Pater. Towards Cardiff. Bop towards the left. Settled down by Talibi. Lightfoot. Loose puck recovery. Towards the near face-off circle. Minute 30 gone from the power play. Talibi drives it. Towards Talibi. Cardiff pokes it away from the puck carrier. Cho unable to sweep it forward. Marcus reaching for it. Fresh off the bench was Taylor. He'll feed it back into Columbus' own zone. Jackets have to hurry. They want another shot on a 5-on-4. Another clear by Athens, and that might do it for this power play. 7:03 to go in the third. And we are back to 5-on-5 as Columbus enters the neutral zone. A spin-around job to the legs of a Jacket. Michigan knocked down as he knocked down the puck carrier. Off the near corner. Picked up now. I believe that's Cummings out there. Taking the left wing. Petrov. On this left wing now. Nice carry. Cummings picked up the speed. Gets around Wood. Now helped out by Salmons. Down low. Off the post from Columbus's Gentgen. Long on. Deflected off Sikabehe. Here comes Wood. One in front. Gets around the one, but the puck just cuts away loose. Jackets with 6:14 to try to tie this game as Athens the lone goal of this game. Bobcats 1, and it is Columbus 0. Sabre the lone tally so far. Athens outscoring their opponents 5-0. They beat Cincinnati yesterday 4-0. Graham, right wing, going for Behe. Scooped up again by Salmons. He'll bounce it off the left boards. Here in the near face-off circle, Salmons comes up with it. Stevens and Lamphere trying to close up that wing. Again for Columbus. 4 Jackets exit the ice. Costoval lifts it off the glass. Pass for Staley. 5:15 to go in the third. 1-0 for the Athens Bobcats. Flip towards the end boards. Facing back for it. The Blue Jackets. Salmons at the near point. Closes it up. And loose puck spins in front of Costoval, excuse me. Near point. Here's Sabre. 4:44 to go in the third. 1-0 for Athens. Right wing. Sabre holds up. Incoming Jacket in Talibi. Left wing dropped in for Staley. Near point, keep in for Grombach. Sweep it back in the neutral zone, going for Sabre. And now Sabre bounces the puck off the end boards as Columbus haven't had a good look on Cardiff in a while. Athens holding them quite strongly in their own zone. Columbus unable to make passes as the Bobcats defense, you thought it was good in the first 2 periods. Well, it's locking down the third. Becoming quite a dangerous combination if you're donning the Blue Jackets kit. Slip past the stick of Williams. Columbus heading towards the far corner on a 1-on-1. Lamphere underneath Stevens. Lightfoot sends it around again. towards the far face-off circle. Lamphere twists around. Here's Lightfoot. 3.5 to go in the third. 1-0 Athens. Two Bobcats run into the Jacket Man and Stevens. Salmons now. Turnover. Stevens had it. I believe that was Lightfoot jammed up. Lightfoot also dotting the Red Sea. 3:11 to go in the third. Stevens and Lightfoot. Lamphere. Referee shouting, move it. I'll blow the whistle. As the Bobcats trying to move it towards their left. Here's Stevens coming up with it. Flip it. Cardiff. Save. Quick move by Stevens. Cardiff comes up with a nice catch. Stevens looking to tie the game late in the third. 2:55 to go for Costavol's Bobcats. Athens leading 1-0. Face off over towards the left. Eason leans down low against Chevette. Michigan waiting behind the circle. Cardiff on the left side. Coming in is Buswell. And a new opponent on the hash marks, Behe. He'll get the face-off to the green-cladded Bobcats. Picked up by Columbus. Talibi. Can't connect to Pater. Here's Behe on the rush. Taking the right wing. Flings it towards Donahue. Picked up by Simone. Michigan quickly on the near point. Feeds it in towards Donahue. Off the goalie. Michigan awaiting at the near point. Trying to take care of business himself. Blue Jackets now get the puck back. There's a 1-on-2 with a third Bobcat layering from behind of Shevitz. Zamboni corner. Shevitz losing the battle to Wood. Cho comes in to offer reinforcements. Donahue still in this crease. Here's Wood again on the right wing. Up top for Eason. Eason dropping it in the corner. Under 2 to play in the third. 1-0 Athens as Donahue on the left side watching the Jackets take the right wing slowly. Bounce into the neutral zone. Recovered on the red line by Staley. End boards bounce. Closing in is Williams. Run into Jenjen. It's Cho helping out the Jackets' cause against Williams and Taylor. 1.5 to go in the third. Donahue still in his crease. Blast at the far point, blocked off the chest of Rollins. Gronbach to the neutral zone. Both teams go for a change. Donahue still out there. Coach Stevens has not yet elected for a 6th Jacket out there. In the slot, swirled around. Costaval stands in the way. 1:04 to go in the third. The Jackets back in their own zone with Talibi. They're down to our final minute of regulation. Stevens flips it off the protective net on the near boards and will drop in the neutral zone with 55.9 seconds to go in the third. And Donahue was about 3/4 of the way from the bench. Still remains 5-on-5, even strength. 55.9 seconds to go in this third period. Quite a game, just one goal, but a lot of checks, a lot of flying up and down the ice. Cummings now for Barkas on the left. Wood receives the puck behind the blue line and sends it towards the end boards. That's icing on Athens. Bobcats 1 and the Jackets 0. And Donahue will be making the slow skate to the bench. 6 Jackets on the march. As now, Lightfoot will give way to Stevens for this face-off, taking on Athens Salmons. Picked up by Wood. We'll try and angle it. Off a couple of Jackets with 40 seconds to go. Score! 4-point Barkas! Barkas scores to tie the game up at 1 on an extra attacker. Columbus needed that goal to keep dreams alive of facing #1 Louisville. And we are squared away with little time left in regulation. Extra attacker goal for Barkus at the far point. Cardiff came a little bit too far out of the goal mouth. Donahue returns to his crease. And Columbus gets their first goal with just 37 seconds now left in regulation. And after this, we'll head to a shootout, a best-of-5 shootout. Shootouts are a lot of fun. We had one earlier, and that was our first game. 20 seconds to go in the third. Here's side, Michigan trying to feed it in, and now here comes Columbus. They don't want a shootout. They want to have another regulation goal for a win. In 3 periods, Stevens unable to hold the puck. It's a hot potato off his stick as Salmons comes up with it. And the far corner, that's regulation. Columbus ties it up late with 38.1 seconds, and Barkus feeds it on home, and we will indeed head to a shootout. Best of 5 to start off here on the YouTube home of South Metro Sports. Costaval's Bobcats and Stevens Jackets are tied at 1 after 3 periods of play. And in the Buckeye year-end tournament rules say we must have a shootout of. As back in the crease goes Cardiff. He's allowed just 1 goal in 2 games. Now we'll take on the Jacket shooters. Athens got a goal late in the second from Sabre with 41.3 seconds to go in the second. And Columbus got the needed tying goal from Barkus with 38.1 seconds to go in the third on an extra attacker. Now Donahue, a crease for Columbus. And Athens will be going first. Your first skater for the Bobcats is Salmons. Salmons now stops on the logo. Donahue getting the shootout rules. It's a best of 5. And you can't reuse skaters until everyone that's eligible on your roster has a turn. Salmons past the blue line against Donahue. Curves it and flicks it high. That's a no. Salmons, first shootout skater up, and he is denied. And now here's the Victor for the Jackets, and Barkus tying it up late in the third to force a shootout here at South Metro Sports. Our second shootout here at SMS on the tournament, our first today. Barkus speeds up past the blue line. Cardiff settles it up. Barkus caught by the Athens goalie. That's a no. 1 round in. We're still waiting on the first to tickle the nets as Wood is the next Bobcat up. Like I mentioned, it's a best of 5, and then afterwards, it will be who can win the round. We might be heading towards that, folks, the way this game has gone. Here's Wood. Takes it slow towards the slot. Donahue waiting. Saved by Donahue. Wood is denied. Athens goes 0 for 2 on the power play. And up next for the Jackets is Lamphere. Lamphere leaning down low behind his blue line. Takes on Cardiff. The Jackets are shooting down the stream. And Bobcats going up. The second round, both teams yet to tally. Here's Lamphere. Caught by Cardiff again. After 2 rounds, it's scoreless in this shootout. And up next for the Cats, Costival. To become the first check mark on the board this shootout. Third skater in for Athens. Costival picking up speed. Curves it in. Scores! Costival with the first yes in the shootout. And in the bottom of the third, Jackets trail 1-0. And Stevens will have an attempt now. 1-0 Athens in the bottom of the third. Now here comes Stevens. Cardiff out of his crease. Bounces a couple times. Stevens through the 5-hole, flicked wide. A hit off the goalie as Stevens looking to go bottom shelf. Cardiff gets enough bounce to send it wide. And that's a no for Columbus. And after 3 rounds, Athens leads 1-0 in the shootout. 4th round on the way, and Behe with a say. Behe, the 4th skater for Athens, the 7th of the shootout. Takes it slow against Donahue. Donahue left-hand flick into the glove of Donahue, and a save by Columbus's goalie. 4th skater for the Jackets is Cho. Now the best of 5, Athens leads 1-0 in the bottom portion of the 4th round. Cho up next. Barkus, along with Lamphere and Stevens couldn't answer. Can Cho answer in the 4th? Yes, he can. 4 rounds in, and we're tied at 1 in the shootout. Just like how we finished regulation, Sabre is up next. If Sabre can score and Columbus can't, that's Athens with the shootout win. Sabre scored the only Athens goal in regulation with 41.3 seconds to go in the second. Here comes Sabre past the blue, picking up speed. Blast, and denied by Donahue. Now this could be it for Columbus. Cummings takes the ice. If Columbus scores here, the Jackets take the win by scoring 2 out of 5. Athens currently 1 of 5. Now here comes Cummings. Cardiff out. Cummings takes it towards the far face-off circle. Denied by Cardiff. That means whoever wins a round will win the game as we head to the 6th round. Can both these teams get past 12 rounds? We'll see. And by 12 rounds, I mean that was the first shootout round. Indy Racers beat the Dayton Stealth. And again, the rules still apply. You can't skate 2 skaters twice unless everyone has had a turn. But then we'll probably be in like the high teens rounds, close to 20. So who's up next for the Cats? Looks like it might be Rollins. I know Stripes talk it over. Rollins the only one on the ice right now. Athens scoring the 3rd round from Costival. For Columbus, Cho with the only yes. Rollins now with a turn. 6th skater out there for Athens. Donahue. Explanation, remember after the best of 5, whoever wins the round wins. If Athens scores in the top of the frame, Columbus will get a chance to answer. Now here's Rollins. Off of Donahue. Denied by the Columbus goalie. Sixth skater yet to emerge on the ice for the Jackets. It looks like that's Lightfoot. Lightfoot looks to end this for the Jackets. Feel the tension in the air here at South Metro in the Ice House. Lightfoot now given the green light. Takes it up towards Cardiff. Focuses on the right-hand side of the slot. Through the 5-hole! And that's the game! It's supposed to be no, it's a best of 3 after 5. That's my fault. I forgot about that. It's a best of 3 after the best of 5, and right now Athens trailing 2-1. We'll play 2 more rounds. Well, at least 2 more rounds for the Cats. And now Eason towards Donahue. No! Donahue with the block. And Columbus should have a chance to ice it away, because in the best of 3, Athens wouldn't be able to catch up, because right now Columbus leads after 6.5 rounds, 2-1. The skater now is Pitroff. Pitroff takes it slow. Cardiff denies it. Trying to go through the hole of Cardiff. And now Athens, last chance to tie. This is Taylor. Stripes talking it over. I think he's saying what I've been saying after I realized Lightfoot's yes does not end the game. Lightfoot, or scratch it, Taylor has to score here. Off of Donahue, and that is the game. Your final score in the shootout, the Columbus Chill Youth Hockey Association Blue Jackets 2, and the Athens Bobcats by Kosovo 1. Shootout win by the Jackets, and that will set up a 1 versus 2 battle at 4 o'clock today at South Metro. The Ice Cardinals and the Jackets square off in a couple hours, as that will do it for this game. A shootout win for the Blue Jackets as they get a very late goal in the third from Barkus, and they win in the shootout 2-1 against Athens after 8 complete. Lee W. Mowen with you here, and we'll come back in a couple minutes for the next game here in the YouTube home of South Metro Sports.